All right, what's up? This is your market recap for November 5th, 2025. As you can see today, we rejected off this weekly equilibrium like I expected us to yesterday. If we look here in the weekly time frame, the most recent low to the most recent high, there, equilibrium right there. The low of this candle is at 252.75. Sorry, 282.75. So it's within 4 or 5 handles, which in my opinion is plenty close enough. If it gives significant proof that it is going to play, and it did. So reacted off that. Obviously now after reacting off this, targets for the week are these highs here. Now that I say that, possibly, all right, because you notice this high over here, ES swept this high, but NQ didn't. So it's possible this is a reaction off of equilibrium, yes, but it does not guarantee us to play higher prices and immediately target these. This SMT here is pretty high time frame. I could see it taking us at, well, obviously at least down to this 4-hour here, but possibly even below this low. But apart from that, on the 4-hour, not a whole lot going on. You can see here, dipped all the way down here, came up, no desire to go lower whatsoever. Sign number one. Then we go down to the hourly. Now we have all this internal liquidity here. We see that reaction off of this here. We have this inverse fair value gap right here, extended over, prices staying really nicely within it. Perfect closures on this low as well. And then we expand upwards, closing above this high, these relative equal highs here, right at 9 o'clock. Minus 8 o'clock candle, but 8 o'clock candle closes at 8:59. So 9 o'clock, we're up here, took out these relative equal highs. I was expecting us, after expanding up here, to have some sort of retrace before market open, whether that would be before market open or after, I don't know, right? That depends on what market wants to do. But you'll see on the lower time frame what ends up happening. We retrace down into this hourly fair value gap there. Reason for it being this hourly fair value gap, equilibrium, or grade this move, equilibrium is right there, perfectly inside of this fair value gap. From there we expand up, hitting internal liquidity, failing to take this external liquidity up here, which is what ES did, which is causing this pretty substantial retrace here. If we are retracing, it should be to equilibrium. And then back on the 4-hour, I think it's going to be a little deeper. This SMT is going to force us decently low, I feel. That's it for the hourly. On the 15-minute time frame, you can see better here. Here's that inverse fair value up low, playing bullish off that, taking out these relative equal highs. Closure up here, closure up here. It's getting around the time to start retracing the macro. The 850 to 910 macro gets us started, playing bullish here. If we look here, we have 15-minute fair value up there, and then price market opens, taps up into it, and then takes us all the way down here. That will be more evident on the 1-minute time frame, but more, I'll show that later. We have this internal liquidity here, which was swept by NQ but not ES, leaving an SMT of that. From there, inside this hourly, expand upwards straight to this buy side liquidity up here. Now, I personally got caught on this one. I really should have not only noticed the behavior once we swept it, but how it closed. I mean, if we go to the hourly time frame, look how this candle closes. All right, here's the high. Candle sweeps it barely and then closes under it. Never a good sign, right? So if we go down to the 15-minute, same thing happens again. So what does this mean to me? This tells me even though we have high volume going upwards, we are most likely either going to have a deeper retrace or we're going to spend some time consolidating. One of the two. What it does not tell me is that we are going to expand right off the bat. So we do have a little deeper retrace all the way down to here. You'll see that 5-minute on that time frame. And expand upwards, more internal liquidity here and here. We had a nice little retrace. Well, it was kind of just consolidation that ended up inside this 15-minute fair value gap. That kept us playing bullish. Up to here, higher time from SMT with these highs, lower time from SMTs with these highs. macro started the dump to return us back into the range before market closed off. 5-minute time frame, not much more. You can see here that 15-minute, boom, closure here, perfect, validated, down here, opened, tapped up into it. I had a feeling we'd play some sort of buy side before coming down. And if we didn't, that's okay. But if we did, I could enter and take it short. This is actually, I've been testing my skills with the market open move, and this one today hit. So we'll look at that one on the 1 minute, and then again, internal liquidity SMT played bullish, took out this high. Even on the 5-minute, we didn't sweep it well, causing this consolidation. Not as deep of a retrace as I expected, but we do have this consolidation here, all having very nice closures on the high of this 5-minute for value gap. Then expanded up again, tons of wicks here, so we just lost all volume. Swept this buy side liquidity. What I say? Consolidated again, right? There's no big expansion above it. There's no closure above it. We're consolidating. Retrace lower to there's nothing on the 5-minute. Then expand upwards. Lunch starts, retrace slightly into this 5-minute, and then we start a move once again bullish. Buy side liquidity swept here. 5-minute time frame sweeps are all right. Like this one, if you're looking at it, might not look good. But then we go to the 15-minute. Still doesn't look good. Hourly looks good. I forgot what time frame we're on. 5-minute. So wait, did we actually sweep it? High is, or no, liquidity is at 96.25. High is at 96.25. We didn't sweep it. That's equal. That is swept. So that is why. We then come up here, retrace a little bit, expand upwards. SMT of this higher time frame, lower time frame, lower time frame. Macro here, you'll see this on the 1 minute, takes us back into the range. Now, 1 minute time frame. I'll explain my feelings for first taking this short. Here, stop. I think I put it there to there. Reason for this short one is because, like I mentioned, 15-minute fair value gap. We're expanded. We closed above this buy side liquidity here. Going to need some sort of retrace before we expand for market open, or for New York session itself. We have a drawdown here being not only equilibrium inside of it, but this hourly fair value gap. But with where we are, right, bunch of internal liquidity here. I had a feeling we'd come up, sweep something, because this 15-minute was like, it was asking to be hit, in my opinion. All right, pulled up the chart, look at the 15-minute. Said, all right, 1 minute's here. What are we likely to do? Well, we're likely to manipulate upwards on the lower time frame. Tapped into this 15-minute. And then personally, my finals were this high. Now, it could have been equilibrium, but I didn't want to test that. Equilibrium were this low, but I decided to take the easiest entry. Now, this was a paper trade, I do have to say, because this, trading at 8:30 is something that I haven't really done too, I guess 9:30 would be. I haven't done it too much, so I want to truly vet it myself and vet my experience before spending any actual capital on it. Then from here, the next trade, in my opinion, trade of the day, we had higher time from SMT, higher time from array. We had a change in the state of delivery with this right here, right? But personally, I was looking at this. It's tiny, but this 1 minute inverse fair value gap, right? Because it's validated here, low, SMT, expanded upwards. My entry was here, stop below this low. My finals might have been here for this one, but I had these liquidity marked. I just didn't know how much we were going to expand. So yeah, I mean, if you held this the whole day, now this is trade of the day, even though it's not my model, it's something that I'm looking into. It's a 1 to 6, so it's not horrible, right? It's a decently sized trade. You'd be in it for a while with this stuff, but expanded upwards once again. Bad closures up here caused this retrace. SMT, I entered on this one, right? Because I said we have high volume, we're moving up, we're expanding, we're likely to have a smaller retrace. We have this 5 minute inside the macro with this SMT. but I failed to look on the higher time frames to see how we closed. And the second I got stopped out, I looked, I said, that's exactly why. That 1 hour, 15-minute, 5-minute, they all closed like a bitch. So we consolidated, retraced a little lower, still stayed within this 5-minute, and then we expanded upwards, taking this buy side liquidity, consolidating, slight retrace before we expand for lunch. 5-minute here, tapped into it, expansion upwards, retraced the 15-minute, more buy side liquidity here, just working our way higher and higher. ES takes this high, SMT, SMT. You could have taken this one, right? Macro here. I don't think there's a higher or a low time from SMT here, but if there was, the 100% could have taken this short as well, targeting this low and maybe equilibrium of this, saying that, assuming we're going to keep playing bullish, equilibrium of this could have been finals. Then try one more time, SMT of these highs, fail to take out this high, macro here, we start to tumble. Down here, change in the state of delivery, 1 minute fair value up here, you can take this short targeting. I personally wouldn't have targeted anything lower than this low. Maybe this one, but this move right here is simply just to return us back into the range. Even though we have these higher time frame pressures, we're still bullish on the extremely high time frame. So this is merely, in my opinion, just a retrace. So going into the future, like I mentioned, higher time frame SMT here is going to put a little bit of sell side pressure on us. We have equilibrium of this move here. I think we're going to explore that tonight, maybe tap into that lower 4 hour down here. But I think we're still seeking higher prices. I think this SMT is just a reason to retrace more than anything else because we did expand a good amount, maybe 400 or 500 analysts today. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what market gives us between now and then. We'll very well maybe taking a short targeting that 4 hour, but if it does and gets there overnight, definitely taking along from there. But this has been your market recap for November 5th, 2025.